Okay, we're going to hear again from Rosie's Bar and Grill. This is our interlude.
All right, well, as you've already so eloquently heard, they didn't just hand us the vote. So we had to make them a little uncomfortable at times, too. This is a song from that period called Let Us All Speak Our Minds. Are we ready? Men tell us 'tis fit that their wives should submit to their husbands submissively, weakly. Though whatever they say, their wives should obey, unquestioning, stupidly, weakly. Our husbands would have us their own dictum take, without ever a wherefore or why for it. But I don't and I can't, and I won't and I shan't, and I will speak my mind if I die for it. For we know it's all fudge to say man's the best judge of what should be and shouldn't and so on. That a woman should bow nor attempt to say how she considers that matters should go on. I never yet gave up myself thus a slave, however my husband might try for it. For I don't and I can't, and I won't and I shan't, and I will speak my mind if I die for it. And all ladies, I hope, who with husbands to cope with the rights of our sex will not trifle. For we all, if we choose, our tongue but to use, can all opposition soon stifle. Let man, if he will, then bid us be still, and silent a price he'll pay high for it. For we don't and we can't, and we won't and we shan't. Let us all speak our minds if we die for it.
Thank you. That breeze goes wonderful, although it doesn't make the microphones work very well.
Well, as Diane Cleaver reminded us, women's issues are every issue, and certainly working women and the conditions of working women are one of those things that matter. We're going to sing a song from more than 100 years ago about one of the first places that women worked outside of the home, and that's in the textile and fabric industry. And about their fight for decent rights. They had lobbied their legislature at that point to limit the number of hours that children could work in the mills to only 60 hours a week. That was the progressive position they finally got our legislators to pass, to only have women to work 60 hours. So they went out on strike because all hours and all wages for all workers were cut. Today we'd like to dedicate it to a couple different group of women that are working on their rights right now. Certainly one group I want to remember in Bangladesh, in a fabric and fashion industry factory. Over 1,100 women were killed in April this year when the factory collapsed. And they were primarily young women under the age of 30 who made about $1 a day. So we want to think about them. I also want to dedicate it to the fast food workers, the young men and women in this city and in several cities around the state who are arguing, I think, for the essence of this song, which is bread and roses, that you should be able to see your children. You should be able to work and still have a family and see them and not work 3 hours to just provide for basic needs and assistance. So, bread and roses. As we come marching, marching in the beauty of the day, 1,000,000 darkened kitchens, 1,000 millocks gray, are touched with all the radiance that a sun discloses. For the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we come marching, marching, we battle to our men, for they are women's children, and their freedom is our gain. Our life shall not be sweated from birth until life closes. Hearts starved as well as bodies, give us bread, but give us roses. As we come marching, marching, unnumbered women dead, go crying through our singing their ancient song of prayer. Small art and love and beauty, their struggling spirits knew. Yes, it is bread we fight for, but we fight for roses too. Let him get by. As we come marching, marching, we're standing proud and tall, for the rising of the women means the rising of us all. No more the drudge and idler, in the toil while one reposes, but a sharing of life's glories, bread and roses, bread and roses. Well, Diana's reminded us also that it's the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington this week. And it's always been something I know that my generation of women took great inspiration from the courage of the women of the civil rights movement. And I'd long thought about writing a song about that. And then one afternoon, about 20 years ago, I had the opportunity to spend a long afternoon with Vivian, the Reverend C.T. Vivian's wife, Octavia. And it was a wonderful afternoon that inspired this next song. And a reminder that even the women that we don't know their names, that aren't the Fannie Lou Hamers and the people that we know well, that there was incredible kinds of courage, young women as young as I was in 1963 that faced fire hoses and all kinds of great danger, and we don't know their names in many cases. Take it away, Tim. Ready? We sing today about courageous women who made the nation take note. Sometimes you know their names, but more often you don't. And when the call came, they answered. And when the call came, they picked up their hearts and moved forward to tomorrow. Move forward to today. We will move forward to tomorrow, carrying the dream of yesterday. Now that's the chorus, and I know you want to sing it with me. It's pretty simple. Move forward to tomorrow. Move forward to today. Move forward to tomorrow, carrying the dream of yesterday. Ready? And we will move forward to tomorrow, move forward to today. We will move forward to tomorrow, carrying the dream of yesterday. Yeah. They waved goodbye to their children's fathers, not knowing if they would ever return. They washed and ironed his shirts, not knowing if they would ever be worn. And when the phone rang, they answered. And when the phone rang, they picked up their hearts and moved forward to tomorrow. Move forward to today. We will move forward to tomorrow, carrying the dream of yesterday. They took their seats at the front of the bus, not knowing if it would ever run. They ordered lunch at the Five and Dime, waiting for those tables to turn. And when the call came, they answered. And when the call came, they picked up their hearts and moved forward to tomorrow. Move forward to today. We will move forward to tomorrow, carrying the dream of yesterday. We were taught by a movement of women who raised their voices strong. They showed us the many faces of bravery while still singing their song. And when our turn came, we answered. And when our turn came, we lifted our voices and moved forward to tomorrow. Move forward to today. We will move forward to tomorrow, carrying the dream of yesterday. Carrying the dream of yesterday.